Now, in Outlook, you can see that we have presence here. Now, we've always had presence for our business and enterprise customers through our Link service, which is our real-time communication service for businesses. We're now excited to be able to have Skype integrated directly into Office. So when I hover over these people, this presence that you see here is actually coming from the Skype service. Here's my friend Tal. I can see he's available. Again, I get that same people card. So if I wanted to, I could do a quick IM. I could do a phone call. I could do a Skype call, all right here from this experience. In fact, that's what I want to show you. I could just click here, start a video call. This will start a Skype call to my friend Tal. Hey, Tal, how you doing? You're officially famous? Okay, great. So simple, intuitive, exactly what people would expect for integration with the Skype service. Now, Steve talked about a number of different scenarios that we have in the new Office. We talked about reading mode. We talked about the presenter mode. We talked about these new social experiences. We talked about experiences here around communications. I want to show you an experience in Excel, one of the ways that we're trying to make every user in Excel a power user. Now, Excel's always been a pretty rich app with lots of capability in it. And sometimes some of the things that are more advanced are a bit out of reach for some people, and we want to make everyone have the capability to do that. The scenario I want to go through here is a relatively common one for people that are taking content from the web and wanting to do some analysis on it. This is a spreadsheet. It's got content that in this middle column here, this B column, you can see all the fields are concatenated together. This is something that happens. You copy from the browser and you put it into something like Excel, and it's not quite in the right format that you may want it to be. We have a new feature in Excel that can help break apart that content so you can go and do analysis on it. Now, historically, people would literally rekey that content, or if they were more advanced, they might write macros to go ahead and do that. I want to show you with a new feature called Flash Fill how simple it can be in the new Excel. I'm going to go and pull out a field. Let's say I want to pull out the names of people. I'll just go type John, and I'll type Jenny, and watch as I hit Enter. That'll fill that entire column all the way down with that name. I'll show it to you one more time here. I'll type in advertising. I'll pick a different word, and then events. And again, fill that all the way down. And notice Excel's pretty smart here. It gets that digital marketing 2 words. It smartly pulls that out into the right column. Now, you can also use this to combine columns. So for example, let's say I want a column that's got everybody's name and then the amount of money that they're spending. I'll just start typing John, and I'll type 1,300 here. Start typing Jenny, and watch. It'll just fill that out for me automatically. So again, the idea here is to create this kind of simple experience that everybody can have at their fingertips. Now, once I've got the data that I want, maybe I want to do some analysis on it. So I'm going to show you a new feature that we have called Quick Analysis. And the idea here is that this will take some of the magic, the mystery, out of how to set formatting, create charts, do things like pivot tables. For example, if I hover over data bars, it gives me a nice preview of what that experience might look like. Or if I hover over charts, this will suggest for me the best type of charts for this kind of data that's here. And I can just navigate across those. Tables is a great example, too. If I want to format this content as a table, then maybe pick a pivot table. Lots of people love working with pivot tables, have to work with pivot tables in business. Very few people know actually how to create them. This is a way, in one quick click, that I can create a pivot table out of that content. And again, I can go ahead and just use the pivot table fields on the right to make it more expansive. So again, our goal here is to really make it easy for anyone to take advantage of some of the higher-end capabilities that are in Excel. Now, for the last demo, I want to touch on one final experience that I think is particularly exciting as we think about Windows 8, as we think about a new class of devices in Office. Steve referenced that we acquired a company, PPI, Perceptive Pixel. That was announced just about a week or so ago. I want to move over to this device here. This is a Perceptive Pixel device, a PPI device. It's an 82-inch, multi-touch, high-definition display unit. It's connected to a PC running Windows 8. Beautiful, beautiful display. I want to go and sign in. I'll use my picture password. How about that? Oh, no, sweet. All right, I'll take that. And it's running Windows 8. It's absolutely beautiful experience that's here. I can use my finger back and forth. It comes with a stylus as well. I can use the stylus. I'll show you a couple of quick examples here of how Windows 8 looks great on these devices. I'll pull up the weather application. This is Bing Weather for San Francisco. I could do a little Al Roker here. Go to slide across. Let's look at the hourly forecast. Things like maps, temperature, and so forth. We pick a different app quickly. We'll pick the Bing Sports app. Absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning display here. Again, all high definition video. I can use my finger to move across. You can see the schedule, my favorite teams. You get the idea. I can zoom in, zoom out using my fingers. Very clean experience. Now, this is great not just for Windows 8 style applications, but it opens up a whole new experience for Office and modern productivity. And one of the scenarios I wanted to talk to you about is one Steve alluded to around meetings. You know, the world today is one where people are always having to come together in real time for a meeting. And people are roaming, they're on the road, they're traveling, they may be in different geographies, different continents. We think that there's many new experiences that we can create with a device like this and meetings. I want to go ahead and join a meeting that's in progress. It's a link meeting that's here. I'll go ahead and start that. And this is going to start in high definition, multi-party video conference, just in one click. Here, Brian, you there?
I'm there. How are you, Kirk?
Brian, you sound great. I'm going to go ahead and start my video. Now, let's say we've got this video started and I want to add somebody. Let's go down the list here and we'll go ahead and add Sandhya. I can just drag and drop her with my finger. That's all it takes. And I can go ahead and add Sandhya to the meeting itself. She'll pop up in a quick second there. Absolutely beautiful experience. Hey, Brian, you want to go and add a PowerPoint presentation for us to collaborate on?
Absolutely. Here it is.
Great. So we've got our multi-party HD video session going here at the top. And I've just asked Brian to go ahead and load a PowerPoint presentation that we can all view and collaborate on. I showed you PowerPoint a couple of minutes ago. It's fully touch interactive as well. I can go ahead and just move through these slides. We can all be looking at different content if we want, or make sure we stay together there. You see Brian has already started to annotate slides. I didn't do anything there. That's happening from one of the folks here on the list. But of course, I have full capability here to do markup as well. I'll go ahead and pick a so I can use my stylus. I can even just use my finger and go across here, highlight different things that I want in the meeting itself. So we have our multi-party HD video session. We've got a PowerPoint going. We're collaborating on it together all at the same time. One thing that might be great is to add a common note-taking session as well. Oftentimes you want to make sure people are on the same page and we can collectively take notes together. I want to show you a scenario here where we've enabled that using OneNote. I showed you OneNote earlier, but I'll go ahead and bring OneNote up here where we can do a common share. You can share all kinds of content in this link session. I could share my desktop, programs, other PowerPoints if I want, whiteboards, polls. I'm going to go ahead and tap on OneNote for a second here. I could share an existing notebook, one of my own personal notebooks. I'm going to go ahead and just tap this one here. This is the notebook that the team has set up already. Now, what Office does, since this is a shared notebook, is it goes ahead and inserts here the meeting details into the OneNote itself. So for example, the content that we're all sharing and collaborating on is listed here in this table. And here are all the participants. That's done for me automatically. If I don't want to see that right now, I can just tap those and collapse them. And then we can all be collaboratively taking notes here on the page. Now what I'm going to do is actually pin this so that I can see not just my note-taking session here on the right, but my collaborative meeting session over on the left as well. And again, it's all fully touch enabled where I can just tap here and great. Try that one more time. There we go. And there's my line. Okay. So hopefully this gives you a sense of some of the things that we can do. Let me just shut this down for a quick sec. Some of the things that we can do with a new Office running on these Windows 8 devices. It's a great time for Office. There are a number of new scenarios here that we're able to enable, taking advantage of Windows 8, taking advantage of these great devices, the tablet, the PC, these large multi-touch monitors for modernizing collaborative and productivity scenarios. Whether I'm at work, whether I'm at home, whether I'm in the classroom, it's all there for us. Steve? Thank you.
The modern Office. Kirk only had a chance really to show you a smidge. When you think Office, you think about all the new features in Word and Excel and PowerPoint. We showed you a little smattering of those. But what we really tried to do thematically was bring alive some of the big directions. The move to Windows 8. You saw us change the fundamental Office UI to be fast and fluid and touchable, which is certainly required in this world of the modern Office. Ink, not just handwriting recognition, but really ink, becomes a first-class citizen with this next generation of device, replacing the pen and paper, the markup that people do, with digital notes and drawings and annotations that really roam with you, that you can look at across multiple devices from very large screen on down, is fundamental. You see that we're embracing the next generation of Windows with applications that are native to the new Windows experience. Kirk had a chance to show you a little bit of OneNote, but just a little bit really of OneNote in that new mode with OneNote and Link. The support on ARM, and you'll see this as we in our